Bun, continuăm cu Pillars of Eternity. Avem aici ceaiul, Groot, mini Groot, baby Groot, cred. Trebuie să creăm cu level up la ăștia. Vedem acum cu, cred că tot pe Athletics și pe Survival, cred eu, că alege cea mai bună. Class Unlock, Frenzy, Savage, Defiance, Blooded sau Will Sprint. Frenzy, one per encounter, speed average, uses might, constitution, plus 33, attack speed, minus reflection, health, endurance. Savage Defiance, 125 insurance over 13 secunde. The barbarian channels his or her own irrepressible determination, regenerating a large amount of endurance. Bun asta. Blooded. Self-damage while endurance below 50%. While sprint. Triple rest, asta nu e chiar așa mult. Cred că asta, Savage... și asta e bună. Speed, cred că speed la cât se activează. Place Savage Defiance. Merge asta. Și la Alof. Are mult lore, deci continuăm pe lore. Și... Athletics, Mechanical. Traps cu chestii, Survival. Nu prea are asta nimic. Mechanics 0. Wizard. Este unicul care mai are bonus. E Mechanics. Da, Mechanics și nu pot să aleg niciunul decât astea două. Survival? Ce e aici? Mă gândeam că trebuie să aleg din toate astea. Păi ce că... ce e aici, frate? OE confused for 6.5 security, auzi? Accuracy. Blinding web. Stuck. Spins a resilient and viscous web throughout the area of effect, leaving unfortunate victims stuck inside. Are rooted. Merciless gaze. Perception, interact, resolve. Area of effect. Mirrored image. Plus those change effect until hit or critically hit. Ray of fire. Gives a scorching ray of fire. This is casted within the cast and the target, inflicting continuous burn damage to anyone caught with the ray. Nu-i bun asta. Creates a revolving ball of flame, inflicting burn damage upon anyone in its path. Asta cu anyone in this path e cam periculos. A două pot să iau. Ghost Blade. Calls a field of unhurted blades into the existing, inflicting immediate pierce damage. 7 metri cone. Nu-i bun. Spirit Shield. Plus 3 damage reduction plus concentration. A quick strike for crushing foe, dealing little damage but having a high chance to disrupt enemy spellcasters. Chill Fog. Calls a blindly white icy fog until it takes inflicting blindness, freeze, for time in air, fire of effect, mouse, secundă. Yeah. Feds did caress. Targets become paralyzed, inflicting with boiling pustules of foul smell liquid that erupt from their skin, sickening those nearby. Mi like asta. Merciless gaze. Hits covers to crits for... The caster becomes able to see enemies' weakness and will emit as they were physically tangible. Increase the chance of landing critical hit. Infuse the caster with vitality. They're the caster. This is the caster. Bulwark against elementals. Creates a mystical shield around the casters. Oh, pretty. Suffusing them with bonus to burn. Like a binding web asta. Sau, combust causes enemy wounds in the area effect to ignite, inflicting... Each time they are wounded. Se bun pentru bosses, cred. To bush. Eldritch aim, accuracy. Spirit shield surrounds the caster to shield the spirit. Concentration. A character concentration determines how likely they are to have their spells or attacks interrupted during combat. Every point of result increases character concentration opposing the attack is interrupted. Okay. Slicken. Cause the ground in a slick oil-like substance, inflicting no down anywhere in the air. Anyone. Grea, foarte grea alegere. Foarte grea alegere. Eats away the target spirit, inflicting corrosive damage, convert the essence and endurance to caster. Converting that essence into endurance for the caster. Radius. Dăm asta corrosive. 5 metri. Done. Da, căciula asta e rău tare. Nu mai avem să-i dăm săracului ăsta. Arată ridicol. Băi, frate, arăți ridicol. Oh, și asta nu face nimic. E doar... Nu, arăși mai decent pălăria aia. Ăștia n-au...
How do you do?
Cum îi zice? I'm sure you'll find something you're liking. We have the finest cooking driver. Nu mă interesează de cook. Vreau... asta n-are nimic. Pot să-i vând căcaturi din astea. Au limite la bani? Nu au limite la bani, se pare. Deci e bun. N-am ce să fac toate astea. Astea sunt inutile. Asta încă le țin. Și astea se transformă în chestii. Deci încă le țin. La crafting, mi se pare. Da, gen ăsta. Max Endurance for 300 de secunde, Might. Dexterity. Craft. Le-a pus aici. La Quick Items. Pot să-i dau... La fiecare la Quick Items și dacă dau click pe ei... s-a dus aici, ok. Endurance și Constitution, e foarte bun pentru asta. Las că e tank. Mergem afară, să vedem care-i treaba. Bun, aici ieșim. Hai să mă mai duc o dată la un bis, nu? Câinele e fain. Că ținem câinele. Parcă aia mai vorbi odată sau ceva cu mine. Aha. E ceva de zis eu? Cu asta. Dara de Parnazi. The squat. The distended body of an elderly dwarf woman dangles from a thin, crooked bow that sags at the tug of her nose. The bloated purple flesh of her neck, worn away in patches like moth-eaten linen, bulges over the rope that suspends her, and her lifeless head lolls forward rigidly from one side to another when the breezes shift. You perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light on its surrounding, but there is a tepid warmth to it, and you feel somehow that you could reach out and touch it, not with your hands, but with some aspect of yourself that has no worldly dimension. Reach out. You take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. You exhale. You feel yourself spreading out towards the hanging woman, perceiving all that lies between you and her with new familiar awareness. Once you have expanded enough to reach her, there is a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing electric surge of images and words and sounds. Involuntarily you shut your eyes and feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness, in a space occupied only by you and the hanging woman, and when you open them again, she is staring at you with eyes clouded in a milky fog, her body still swaying in a wind. You no longer feel from a tree that stands planted in the misty void. The woman gives you a slow nod on her head, the rope creaking as she does so, and she smiles at you.
Have you come here for me, dear, or have you gotten lost?
Ooh.
Ah, it is both, I think. Yes?
How are you able to speak to me?
Is that what we're doing? Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it. I think it is a very good choice.
I think I survived a week. Do you know what that would be?
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing. Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Call them. Those days are all behind me, no?
I need to understand something that's happened to me. She sods, looks of a pity of her face as though consoling a child.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there. You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
A watcher? A witcher? No.
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, no, not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair, and here we are visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times. Souls pass on, some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on. And those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either living or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how. A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their owner can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well. A wonder!
What did you mean when all goes well?
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure.
See.
It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties.
She smiles at you reassuringly, fanning out a tuft of long whiskers that sprout from one of her cheeks.
You should see old Merwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Kadnua, beyond the Black
Kadnua.
Meadow. He will welcome the company.
You said souls break apart over time?
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again. But less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. No. A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think.
Am I imagining this?
No, I think not. A pity that. It would be simpler. A mercy even. To not have to wander anymore, no? Alas, we are here, you and I. Wherever here may be.
I want to know something about you. Who are you?
And here I thought you'd come to visit me in particular.
No.
Caldara de Baranzi, of the
De
Valian
Baranzi.
Royal Academy of Animantic Sciences.
From Italy.
Not the greatest of their number, but I came here all the same because this was where help was needed.
What happened to you? She laughs, a rasping cackle escaping between rows of butter yellow teeth, causing her body to bob up and down with each spasm. You see a blank expression. She catches herself.
Oh, come now. Such a question. As though
Such a
the answer
question.
were plain as a rope tied for strangling. Allow an old dwarf her last bit of cheer. Well, I came where I was needed, didn't I? Offered my services to Lord Radric for a pittance. A humble pittance. I was to examine the Lord's wife, see why the gods have seen fit to poison her womb. Studied her for months, looked high and low for impurities, tested her valence, the permeability of her essence. Do you know what I found?
Yes.
Nothing at all. A healthy woman, head to toe, blessed with a beautiful soul. Such a sweet woman, too. Meek, but warm-hearted. A few months' time, and the lord of the house demanded answers. For a time, I told him what he wanted to hear. Oh, yes, my lord. She is riddled with imbalances. I must have time to cure her. As the birth drew near, he grew impatient, as lords do. And this is where I've ended up.
What's an animancer?
A student of the soul. Something so basic, yet so poorly understood. But so many breakthroughs have been made in my lifetime. Had been. To hear the locals tell it, we're a gang of soul manglers that preys upon the weak-minded. And the worst of us are. The best of us?
Yes.
The best? Inspirations, miracle workers. My parents were soul twins. Miserable before they met, empty inside. It was an animancer who helped one find the other, turned their lives around. You wouldn't believe the stories. Amnesiacs helped to remember their lives. The suicidal brought back from the brink of oblivion. The elderly afforded extra moments to say their goodbyes. How soon we forget when we're afraid. It's a fascinating science. A fascinating time to be alive in a place like Deerwood that does not control the research, no? I love the Valian republics for many things, but their recent caution will leave them behind, I fear. Of course. Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Sarah closes her eyes and her head slumps forward over the news, and your surroundings seems to bleed into your vision from your unknown place of waiting. Glass granted, crucible of the soul was granted. Are you alright? You seem lost just now. I'm a watcher. Well, that's interesting. I expected this has something to do with that hooded figure in the ruins, In any case, I appreciate your honesty. Since we're traveling together, it's probably wise for us to share these things. Do you know anything about watchers? Only that they're rare, and that they seem to have unique insight into certain soul conditions, Cox, as you just demonstrated. Let's continue on. Shimedat Baba. Something soul. Athletics of a dry with dexterity. Barbaric yell. Is that ceva, nu? Okay, was granted nu știu ce. Oh. AI. Crucible of the Soul. The Watcher reveals the vital essence of these of her enemies and gaining endurance in the process. 1 per rest speed. Interrupts average. 1,4 metri. 1,4 metri. Asta e 1,4 metri, 2 metri. Ciudat e calculat asta. Metri. Te aștepta că eu, să zicem, 1,80 m, 2 metri. Dublu. Oh, interesant. Interesant. Arcane Assault.
17 and a half.
Huh? Ai ceva? The smell of pipe smoke, at once earthy and sweet, winds its way into your nostrils. Your eyes trace the smoke to its origin, or you find a broad man with a straw-colored hair leaning against a mossy rock wall, his pipe held to his lips with one meaty hand. He looks you directly in the eye, but the look is not aggressive. He rides you with a peculiar smirk.
17 and a half. Well, could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman.
I'm sorry?
The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta. The people hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well...
Is that what you people do for fun around here?
Name's Adair.
Adair.
So do the people around here. Might as well be 19. Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22. 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved.
What makes you think I'm interested in the dwarf woman? He looks at your mom, his brows arch, smirk broadens.
I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radric at first.
Do you know what a watcher
Careful,
is?
friend. Best not use that word round here. Could be any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks round here, Radric especially. They come through these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate. None of them are who they claim to be. Of course, seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. No offense.
Do you think you're going to be
The
hanged?
town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fellow who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
Why was your headman hanged? Got involved. Reddick sent men down here the other day. Said they had it on good authority. Someone in town was working with Kolsk, plotting Roderick's overthrow. Said if he didn't come forward right then and there, he'd hang every last one of us. No one was coming forward. So Swithin, that's my headman, he stepped up and said it's him. They took him at his word. Bound to happen sooner or later, if not for plotting against Roderick, then for protecting me. Who's Kolsk? Someone who got tired of all the hangings. He's on the run now, probably will be till they catch him. What does the town have against
Pick
you?
the wrong god. That's what it comes down to. Used to be a lot of Aethys worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, that was a temple to him, to give you some idea. Then one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Aethys. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Aethys isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Aethys. He enlisted, then I did too. But, he didn't make it back. After the war, people took to punishing Aethys worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe anymore. Until my headman stepped in and said they'd have to hang him to get to me. Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Radric's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing.
You can see why I was eager to leave. If you're next to be hanged, why are you still here? Drinking mostly? Point of fact, I'm on my way out. Just haven't figured where I'm going yet. Not a whole lot of places out there. And don't think Waden's legacy started with Waden. We'll travel together. Where are you heading? Someplace called Kaednua. There's an old watcher there who might be able to help me.
Seem to remember hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed. Of course, that was back when you didn't have to say watcher with a hush on your breath. A man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him. Don't know why I never thought of it before. Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger, and a strange one at that. But truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree.
There's a fine reason if I ever heard one.
All right then. Guess I'll do some sightseeing. Long as you're not the one picking the sights.
Let's get going. Bring out to speak to Merwald. Fighter. Barbarian wizard fighter. Meadow folk. Meadow. Defender, second in rapid recovery.
Hey.
The finder of those a more conservative combat strategy, concentrating on locking down enemies that stray too close. The fight increases his or her number of engaged targets to 3, but expense of deflection. You can.
How may I help?
Bone. I like this. Continuăm aici. Să mergem undeva în West, the Old Watcher. Travel to Kaidan. Escape the ruins. S-ați făcute. Quest fragments scattered fate. Egas has agreed to travel with me. He seems to have some questions we thought a watcher might be able to answer. Bring out and speak with Mare World. Fix acolo task. Vengeance from the game. A small cave of a great bear lived. In that cave, discover a half-eaten corpse. The spirit doesn't know. And the man with the red coat. Red clock. Journal. Encyclopedia. Beer. Young bear. Interesting. Into 90. And raz mai ores că dăm un save. Eager was granted second wind. Ce înseamnă așa e? Child. Beneath the vines are crude carvings of sun rays over 3 set. Asta e de la Fail. As you near, you feel a vibrant history containing the essence of this man's soul. Voices from its past seem to call unto you. Reach for the soul. You see a pennant weaving, tall and sluggish in the wind, a rising sun embroidered up the banner, a vanguard of a small troop of paladins. The atmosphere is buoyant, restrained, and their armor has not been tarnished by the elements. This expedition is fresh, young, filled with zest and zeal, and their head stands as commanders, awkward in full armor but determined in step. Despite the excitement of his fellow, he does not smile. There's a twist to his mouth, his countenance green. He throws up a hand, halting his troops. Silence falls among them, revealing a dark thunder, deep and low. He orders them to ready their weapons and spread out. Eyes dart from horizon to horizon, necks twisting to see the source of the sound. In the distance, dust and light rise from the ground as Stygian clouds race towards them overhead. The soldiers stand, the only staccato movement of the breath betraying their nerves. The commander closes his eyes, calling a blessing down on his troops. Invigorated, invincible, they wait as the enemy draws close and poised to attack. Nice. Road south. Blackhammer Smithy. Villager. Did you hear the bells? Bad news, I think. Yep. GH. Apprentice. Guard, commoner. Dented and dull, these swords look ready for the forge. Apprentice. So I have to keep the... I have to hide in a rackline mesh, huh? Change. The Amuna man. Amua man. It's an impressive build, towering above the countertop. His skin is the dusky blue of the deeper oceans, and his thick arms boast corded muscle. Small ears frame the square jaw, face coated in spirit suit in arching black tattoos alike. Welcome. For the first new face I've seen quite in a while. What can I do for you? Farewell. I can read on a little bit.
Good day to you.
What do you have here? You come to us at a strange time, I'm afraid. The stock's not what it used to be, but we've fine weapons and armors to offer, all forged right here at the Black Hammer. Show me what you have for sale. Of course, you won't find anything else, for sure. Facem. Holy moly. Breastplate. Medium armor. Pierce bonus, slash bonus, keep of withdrawal. This gave me a defense bonus. Deflection, fortitude, do me. Küzbanem? Drop test. Bronze sword. Fiesta. Though tarnished and lustreless in its remark age, the intricate inscription and texture is still discernible on the horn surface, along with the artifact's obvious longevity, suggests an object expert craftsmanship. Summon Animat, 1 per rest. Trust me. Grappling hook. Grappling hooks can use to anchor drop location that is hard to reach by foot. Let's compress that door. Sensor contains but not especially useful in doors due to the uneven narrow dispersion leverage. Such a type of containers. Nero. Trade. Breastplate. Mail armor. That's actually 460. Saints war armor unique. Oh. Keep of its engagement defense non-binary retrain character.
Well met, friend.
You mentioned something about your stock being low. We just don't have the supplies. Been expecting the next delivery for near on a week now and haven't seen a sight of it. Have to expect they were hit by bandits. The road out east is crawling with them. Or my workers ran off with the wagon themselves, maybe, to make some coin. Snort as if that lot will dare. He's right about the bandits. The dire situation in the villages like this and the exodus to the cities has created far too many opportunities for unscrupulous swords. If you happen to be headed that way, maybe you could keep an eye out for a supply wagon, or my shipment at least. They'd be cutting through the Black Meadows. I expect only good road for it. As it is, most of our weapons go to His Grace Lord Roderick. And that's as it should be, but it doesn't leave much for outsiders. We just don't have the iron. I'll find your supplies. Then you have my thanks. You bring those supplies back and I'll have plenty more to offer you. A discount to start. Oh, and if you find my workers, tell them to hurry up, or they can take up farming instead. Okay. Black Meadow. Gilded Vale. Kijk, een beetje prima. Posso efficientemente. Posso fur. Daily affirmation of focus and efficiency. All errors can be reforged into lessons. No rebuild himself from ruin. No setback is insurmountable, not even death itself, so long as the soul is dedicated to the task. Work hard, work well. Abaddon demands only honest labor and forthright service. All errors can be forged in your first intent, Shapur. All ignorance can be reforged into knowledge. Master your craft, excel at what you have been trusted to do. Do not offend your teacher by remaining a student forever. Each generation must forge its successors. Teach your trade to all who are willing to learn and do it, and in doing so multiply the fruits of your knowledge. All difficulties can be reforged into triumphs. Meet strife with humility and acceptance. Let adversary temper the ignite of your will and you will never shatter. Embrace your station, fulfill the duties of your rank and meddle not in the affairs of your betters. All guilds fail at their weakest link. All loss can be reforged into strength. Profitable work heals all emptiness. Profitable work heals all emptiness. So long as you have the tools of your trade, you'll always be able to forge wealth anew. Value the works of others, and they will value your work in return. Share the harvest with the hungry and your tools with the destitute. All souls can be forged into whatever we will. Hard work is not exclusive to life. That is not time for complacency. Commit yourself to excellence in the cycle of the next. Finest. Vooruit. Nah, I don't wanna know. Was er vooruit? Ja. Bom. In Ingrid's house, kom är det? Villager. Betty. Ingrid, this man and woman appear to have been in deep conversation, working at closing two bulging satchels. They move to embrace until woman notices you approaching, pauses, her smile faltering a little.
Greetings.
Can we help you? She looks like a companion borrowing with confusion. Do you know this man, Anton? Don't believe so. Stai un secondo. Orosho. Was there something you wanted strange, eh? That clock, I've seen it before. You killed that man in the cave. Ah, you accusing him of something? Ingrid looked at Anton, touching his arm. This is about the accident. We're both grieving. Percy's lost. What was the wild animals doing? Anton shook his head minutely. You see a tremble in his hand. What would make you suggest such thing? I had a vision in the cave. I saw Percy's last moment as he left them. So you cut him with the knife. That's not possible. How could you possibly know? I left no sign. Anton, wait. I don't know what you saw in that cave, but this isn't what you think. Pearly, my husband, he was such a beast as that bear. I tried to leave the first time I suffered his temper, but he wouldn't have it. Anton, we met, and I knew I'd found someone special, someone kind, who cared for me. Please, all we want is to leave this place, to start somewhere else. We have some concept that we could have it if you only let us go. Sounds fair. Pearly doesn't get a second chance. You two don't deserve one either. Keep the money to start new. Blind fool, you won't take this from us, not for that wretch. Kill and be killed. Tu Teja. Tu Teja.
How may I help?
Taka aici, cred. Da pe lângă perfect. Cât am de astea? Continuu? Am două. Continuăm cu asta. Se pare că a mie nu iau damage.
Hey.
Tu dă-l pe ăsta jos.
Yeah.
One per encounter. Asta de ce nu atac? Vengeance from the grave. Nail. Deflection. Deflection is this. It's a defense used to resist direct damage and many ranged attack. Boom. Tu iei ring-ul, restul iau eu.
Laying low.
Începeți mereu altă, nu știu. Banii. Carte. Se pare că... Vai trebuia să-i omor. Villager. Trebuie să pun ăla inelul. unu, 56. 5 deflection. Wizard double. Windmill. You know, we know there's more grains in Dale Trumbull. We won't settle for scraps while you grow fat on your crops. Trumbull, a muffled shouting regiment. The first of you drunkards comes through that door gets a shot between the eyes. Gods hear me, Seymour. I'll put you down like a dog. Come away for now, lads, but we'll be back, Trumbull. And we'll have fair prices. But the fair will have reckoning. Against the grain, investigate the food. Care-i treaba aici? Eu-s investigatorul. An elven man stands before you, his relatively stocky build suggesting a life of labor. His face is pale and drawn, and his eyes wide. Behind him a younger man and a woman exchange worried glances. Get back if you value. Hold on, I'm not here to hurt anyone. Wait, I know you. You just came into the town, right? Don't tell me Simon already got his claws into you. Cause that's all I need. I thought you could use some help. Those people out there seem pretty angry. Really. Elias, could I use a friendly face? I take it you heard some part of what this crowd asking for grain. As if we got all tucked away in somewhere. Swainur has been egging that lot on for days now. They've been keeping clear so far, but if things keep up, or like they are, I don't know how much longer we've got before things get messy. Please, if you're not here on his behalf, maybe you could speak to Seymour. He won't listen to me anymore. Just explain that we're all getting small rations now and we're all making sacrifices. I'll see what I can do. I'd be grateful if he did. He won't listen to me anymore, but maybe we'll have better luck. Tell him we're all having a hard time of it, and we'll have all to make some sacrifices. We'll be in your debt for it if you can convince him. A ranching stench. Razor from these grains, mushy and mottled with green. Nu. Am vrut să steal. Searo. Ok. Settler's Arrow. La unde s-a dus ăla? Journal quests. Fragment stuff against the grain. Resolve the feud. Nu mi arată pe mapă. Nope. Și cum îl găsesc pe samerul ăla? Villager. Casă care nu scrie nimic. Ceva mâncare. Nu pot să vorbesc cu ei, doar să-i soluesc. Mă interesează ăla cum ajung la el. Oare pe aici? Sau la bodegă acolo? Se poate pleca de tot. Cine știe. Gen în altă parte a hărții sau ceva. Villager. Villager. Ce casa asta? Alfred's house. Alfred cat. Salvă. Sermona. A dry-wood woman is standing in front of the fireplace, humming a quiet tune to herself, or perhaps to her unborn child, for she is clearly quite pregnant. She turns her head slightly as you enter.
Gods keep you.
Well, finally, I was starting to think. Oh, I'm sorry, I was expecting someone else. She gives you. Can I help you? Just arriving, guy. I thought you get to know the locals. Were you with one of the caravans, Master of Demas by chance? Yes. I was, yes. I'm afraid the aristocrat was killed. Cover her mouth with a hand. Say sorsalai, no? Wide with horror, for a few moments she can imagine nothing but a stranger's voiceless gasping, with tears. I knew, I told her it was dangerous path to take. Kaliska was always so certain that she would take on any danger. My poor sister, I'm sorry. Strange, I just can't believe she's gone. If only I hadn't called her here. If I hadn't written to her, she might be still alive somewhere. Kaliska mentioned that you thought you needed help. Perhaps I can provide some assistance. Alfred looks at you with some surprise before dabbing at her nose with his sleeve. That's kind of you to offer, but I don't know if I could impose this on you. It's not a small favor. I'm worried about the baby, about the legacy. I told Kaliska as much as I could, but all I know is that for a long time now, every child born in Gilded Vale was soulless, empty. Pardon. It happened to so many mothers, and Lord Roderick is exiled all of them, calling it a sign of the gods' disfavor, he snips. With my Hathorn gone, I don't know what I'm gonna imagine. How I'd manage if I lost my home too. I hope Kaliska could help me. They say Ranga, the old midwife, knows a way to prevent a child being hullborn, but she moved south to Anslungs, compass 2 seasons ago. The journey is too far for me. I can't make it as I am, but I know to have someone else now. With Kaliska's gone, please, can you help me? Golden Pack Knights. I'll find Ranga for you. Oh, you will? Oh, God bless you. Here, I'll give you some coin to pay with her. You wouldn't need to trouble yourself with that. I think it's a drink she fashions out of. Well, I'm not sure, but it shouldn't be too much of a burden to carry. There's your gold. Anselot's compass is what we call the lagoon to the south. You have to cross the wilds to get there. That's what keeps me from trying to myself. She claps her hands together. Thank you again, truly. You'll be saving us both. She sets hands on her stomach, smiling through her tears.
Steady does it.
Pardon. Cat. Posso vezi cum ți-a? Nu.
Greetings.
You thinking of... No, asta nu se poate. Leave. For. Cine știe unde vreau să mă duc aia? Villager. Vedem dacă să ai înăuntru, dar... Nu cred. Seymour ăla. Da. Seymour. Un hard save aici, că nu se știe ce. Gata, mai zic lui asta.
Good day, stranger.
Good day. Don't know who you are and don't know much care. Keep walking. We're not here to chat with foreigners. Careful. Looks like they're cut from the same cloth as these roads who attacked me. Sounds like it too. Trumbull says you've been threatening his family. Oh, I bet he has all nobility, that Trumbull. 2 big, strong kids, poorest soul in all of Gilded Vale, Dwarf sneers. Coward. Seeding out messengers to handle this business? Well, you can go and tell me we haven't had a solid meal in days on account of him. And we can't afford a good drink on account of him, but we won't be bullied by some foreigner on account of him. Pot să aleg aici. Set a blade to his neck, you want to cry. Attack a drunken menace. Might HP. Hey, hold on there. Hold Simmer up of his if you want to fight with Tumbrel. Let's make it a fair one. Hey, hold on there. Depends, big guys. No need to get nasty. We won't go near that Miller Blaze. We haven't done a thing to him. We're just hungry is all. And looks like this isn't changing. You want to side with the rotten bastard you got right ahead. On the fucking town. You and his whole fucking town. Oh, report through Tumbrel. Mă duc înapoi sticlul ăla. Nium. Cred că merg așa rapid. Trumbull.
How do you do?
Salut. You're back. Have you got any luck with him? I spoke with him. And what did he say? I've convinced him to leave your family in peace. Why, that's great news. I wasn't sure you'd get through to him. They're out of their minds with drunk half time. Oh, you great debt. He pulls coin purse from his hip and pushes towards you. Today's earnings to show my appreciation. And you can be sure I'll let everyone know that you're gone. God to help. Now we stand a chance of getting through the year. All thanks to you. Safe travels, friend. Oh. Bun. Terminat, cred, toate questurile. Așa că o să facem un hard save aici. O să continuăm data viitoare.